All right, folks. Welcome in to Adobe Live. My name is VooDoo Val, and I am going to be your host today for the Adobe Live Game Show. I hope everyone is excited for today. I hope you folks are ready and raring to go, because I sure am. I'm super pumped. I see so many familiar faces in the chat. I see Odari and Gareth and Sam Peterson, the one and only. I think I saw Kieran Lewis in here too. What's up, Kieran? It's good to see you. Dananjay, welcome in. Umacorn, good to see ya. Let's see, who else we got? Hamza, welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you. So quick rundown of the show. If you folks are returning connoisseurs of the Adobe Live Game Show, you know the drill. But if you are brand new to Adobe Live, or just to this segment in particular, number one, please, if you're over on YouTube, please come over to behance.net/live, because that is where we are going to be reading the chat. That's where I'm going to see your comments. That's where I'm going to talk to you. That's where all of the party is going on. That's where all the fun is happening. So please come over here. We'll have a mod post a link for you in the chat over there. What is the game show? What are we doing here? So, for the game show, we are going to spin a wheel. I have a magical game wheel containing a bunch of awesome keywords and epicness, and we are going to spin for 6 keywords. If you notice down here at the bottom, we have a medium for today. Today is going to be illustration. We're going to be doing some cool, nifty illustration. And we are going to replace these 6 keywords down here with our new ones that we spin for, and I have to use at least 4 of those words to create a totally new project on the fly today. And this is so much fun to do, because I love to read the chat and kind of take some of your ideas, combine them with some of my ideas, come together and make a really cool project. Also, there is a bonus portion of this stream, because we have a hype wheel. We have hype mode and a hype wheel that we can spin if you folks participate and join me in creating your own thing. So if you jump into the Discord, come over here. It's bit.ly/PS Discord, making sure that P and S are capitalized. If you post something that you have worked on during the show into the Discord, for every 10 submissions we get, I have to spin the hype wheel and we enter into hype mode. And whatever comes up on that wheel, I have to use. It's not like our regular keywords where I roll for 6 and I have to use a minimum of 4. Whatever comes up on the hype mode wheel, if we enter hype mode, I have to add into my project. I have to. And it's kind of fun. It throws me a curveball, and it also gets you folks kind of an incentive to join me and create with me. You do not have to create perfectly finished creations in order to have a submission count as a hype mode submission. You just have to sit in here, do some sketches. As long as you can show me that you took some of the keywords and you did a sketch or something of substance, that works. It does not have to be a perfect work of art that is done and ready to post into your portfolio. And I will also count submissions that are further works in progress of submissions that have already been posted. So if you post me a sketch and then 15 minutes later you post me an update on what you have been working on, I will count that. As long as it's not just nonsense for the sake of posting in there. Get in here, get involved, join in our prompts and everything, because it's a lot of fun and it also keeps us on our toes. Yes, what's up, Fergie? Game show. Isis, hello, welcome in. You're so pretty, you're very sweet, thank you very much. David, hello, welcome in, it's good to see you, David. Fergie is just clapping and waving at everybody, I love it. Thank you all so much for joining. All right, So I think it's time to spin our wheel and see what exactly we are going to get for today. So let me pop over here. We're gonna dive into our wheel. Let me pop over. Ta-da! We have, like, when I said we have a wheel, I mean that we have a very legitimate wheel to spin. So who is ready to spin this wheel? Are you guys ready? You guys ready? Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm gonna bump it. Let's see. What is our first word? Unicorns. I think that was a new one that we added to this list from last week. So we have unicorns. I'm terrified. Yeah. Unicorns. I'm adding this to our list. I'm gonna hide that choice. Let's spin again. Let's see what we get. Give us something interesting. Warm tones. It's gonna be interesting because when I think unicorns, I usually think like a white unicorn with like pastel colors. So we're gonna be doing unicorns and warm tones. Let's see what else we get. Magic. Okay. This is not so bad. This is actually kind of coming together. Magic. What else we got? Fantasy. This is not rigged. This really is not rigged. Okay. This is not rigged at all. We already got magic. I have magic and magical on here. Okay, we're respinning. I didn't realize that. Give us something else. Something good. Building. I don't know how that's gonna fit in there, but we only have to use 4. We can use all 6 if we want. I've done that before where we've used all 6, but we could just get rid of that one if we don't want to use it. Let's see. Minimalism. I imagine minimalism is gonna get bumped off the list. Okay, so we have unicorns, warm tones, magic, fantasy, building, and minimalism. Let me go ahead and save this real quick, and it should update into our overlay here. All right, so what do you guys think? What are you guys thinking so far? I'm gonna also let me know if you can hear the music. I do have the music turned down pretty low in my ears, but I also want to make sure that it's not overpowering you in some way. Annika, good to see you. Spooky would be a real curveball. Oh, I know, because I've never designed anything spooky in my life. Never happened. Never done it. As a woman named VooDoo Val, I'm actually very, very tame, minimalistic, and I only appreciate pastel colors. Minimalistic unicorn building a magical fantasy. Oh gosh, and everything has warm tones. Unicorn construction worker. Okay, this is fun. This is fun. So we could do a lot of things with this. Okay. One of my first instincts when I'm looking at this is to actually, if you can believe it, is to get rid of unicorns and minimalism and do an illustration of like a fantasy building. We could do like a little fantasy house scene. That could work. I'm gonna pop over here to my screen so that I can start sketching. We're gonna kind of dive into it here. Let me pop over, ta-da! And we have our, okay, cool, everything updated. We've got all of our words. All right, so let me grab my brush if I can. There we go. And I'm gonna grab this one. Okay. So we could do like some kind of little house. Okay, it could be fun to do like a little. Let me turn my smoothing off. Ermagerd. Not a fan of the smoothing when I'm trying to do a messy sketch. I'm also gonna pull up right quick. I'm gonna pull up my Pinterest because I love to keep reference where I can see it. So if you're ever working on a project and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing, I feel really lost, it's always great to have some reference up, just to look at something else, to look at real life, look at real life reference of what you're actually trying to create, because you want to make sure that your art, while perhaps stylized and fantastical, still has some basis in fact, so that people look at what you're creating and understand what it's meant to be. But it's also cool sometimes to have up some other creations that other people have made of your same subject matter, because then you can see what other people have thought up pertaining to your current project, and you can also see what the world consumes and accepts in that genre, which is really cool. And you can change it up and you can kind of do your own thing, but it's always good to take a look at what the people on this planet think of and what comes to mind for them when diving into whatever kind of project you are working on. So I'm gonna open this and I'm gonna open this. So I have my reference, I got some buildings and I got some environments up here, just in case we go that route. Sith don't do unicorns, this is the way. I don't know, man, I would definitely ride my trusty unicorn steed into Star Wars battle if it was like charcoal gray with like a fire engine red cutie mark of Kylo Ren's helmet and like a red mane. I would totally do that, like some steel hooves and like glowing eyes. That would be rad. That would be awesome. Okay, so we can do a little house scene. Let me do this. We're gonna do it. This is our routine. If you've ever been here before, then you know what the deal is. But if you've never been here before, this is how I like to start. This is how I start when we're doing graphic design. This is how I start everything that we do. I always start doing an interesting little sketch before we start to create what we're gonna do, just so that I can kind of keep my eye on the ball and assess all of the angles of what we can manage with our concept. Okay, there is a little house with like kind of a quarter turn and some smoke kind of coming out of the chimney. We could do like a little fence area. I don't know if this is gonna end up being what we want, but we could do something like this. Okay, that's supposed to be a path. Bear with me. Use your imaginations, people. Use your imaginations, because this is gonna be an interesting sketch phase. Okay, so we got a little house. That could be cute. In fact, we could do something interesting with the layout of it, where maybe there is like for example, just as far as composition goes, we could do something like this, where we put that underneath there. I'm going to go like that, and I'm gonna mask this and go ahead and draw in here, just kind of, am I erasing? I think, am I not erasing? I am on the mask, yes, indeed. Do I need, oh yeah, I need black, okay. So I could do like this little, like maybe it's just like kind of a hill back here, so that it kind of goes with the shape of a circle, and then we can have like a, I don't know, maybe a moon, if we grab another thing here, like so. We can do like a moon or a sun or something like that. And then we can also, if I duplicate this, we can delete this layer mask, bring this underneath, and we can alter this. So we can remove the fill on that, put a stroke on it instead. We could bump down the stroke width and then crank that fill up, just so we have kind of a little frame, you know? We got like a little frame going there. Let me do that. Boom. Okay. There's a there's an idea. There's like a whole little piece right there worked up. What if it was a dark unicorn? It would be really, really cool to do like a spooky Sith Lord unicorn. So we might have to put like a cool unicorn on here. Solid vision, Val. Thanks, Kieran. I like to stay consistent with my aesthetic that I'm going for in life. All right. So we've got that. Another thing we could do is the unicorn. Obviously, I don't draw horses, so that would be difficult for me, but I love you and I will try to draw a unicorn for you. And so I am going to maybe attempt to draw, let's see. Draw it like that. This is a mouth. That's like that's a horse mouth, and then we can do horse snout. I don't know. This sketch phase, okay? It looks more like a donkey mixed with Homer Simpson, but I'm just gonna. This is a donkey. This is, darn, don't you hate it when you try to draw a unicorn and you just end up with like full donkey? This is, it's not that bad. It could be worked with. That's a sketch. This is like a really not very pretty unicorn, and so I'm wondering if we should go with it though. Hear me out. We go with it, and this unicorn is punk rock unicorn. Okay, it is a male unicorn with a mohawk, perhaps. I'm thinking that would be like pretty sick if we had like a unicorn with a mohawk and maybe a jean vest with ripped shoulders, and we could just do like, because we could do warm tones with that. Let me pull up a horse. What does a horse look like? Horse head. Please, no mafia movies. Okay, that's interesting. Sith unicorn would obviously have a red horn. Oh, definitely, 100%, Jane. You are on the same wavelength as me. We are vibing right now, 100%. One hundo. My music has gone. Music, wherefore art thou? There you are. Can I do play all? There we go. Okay. Horse got that long face. I know, this is, now that I just glanced away and I look back, you ever draw something and you're like, that's not that bad, and then you glance away, and then when you look back, you're like, what have I done? What have I done? There we go. Also, there's no nostrils. That might be it. Yeah, there we go. Nostrils are so important, guys. Nostrils are a necessity. Nostrils are a necessity. Let's give him kind of more of a cheek over here. All right, and then how am I gonna do the ears? I think the ears are gonna come up and the ears are gonna come up. That looks a lot like a donkey, like more like a donkey. Now it looks awesome. Okay. There you go. Everyone's like, oh, thank God. Oh, that was a doozy there for a second. Okay. Boom, there's a horse. I want this design on a t-shirt. I'm glad that you are super into it, Kieran. That makes me very happy. This is, I don't know why, I don't know if he's gonna have shoulders. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if he gets shoulders, but I tell you what, if he does have shoulders, he definitely has a popped collar. We're not going without a popped collar for a unicorn, a punk rock unicorn with shoulders, and the frayed edges where he obviously cut off the sleeves of this jean jacket, because that's the kind of guy he is. I mean, if you're gonna be a unicorn, you gotta be, you're already edgy, but like he's trying to be edgy even among the corn folk. And I think that it calls for like a very particular level of extraness that only a sleeveless black jean jacket can really provide to a man of his caliber. Bojack Unicorn. Looks so good now. VooDoo Val, you rock. You're awesome, Shammy. Thank you for being so stoked about this. A horse walks into a bar and the bartender says, "Why the long face?" Sorry, I couldn't resist. Anthony, you are lucky I like you, because that was expert levels of dad joke. That was a little physically painful for me. Let's see. Almost looks like a unicorn character made of wool or fabric. Like a what is that called? You know that art form where you felting, like a felt unicorn, a felted donkey. Okay, there we go. So we got a little bust of our punk rock unicorn. There we go. Boom. This guy is really extra, and I kind of love him. I kind of love him. Okay, there we go. There's our punk unicorn. What else can we do? I feel like we should do one more concept before we settle on what we're going to do. Let me see. I'm gonna hunt around. I feel like, okay, we have like this little. Maybe we focus on this just a little bit longer. We have this little hut, this little house, but I feel like it's not super interesting. I've just made like a standard house, and if we look at our keywords, this would need to be, obviously it has to be a witch's hut. You know, like we're gonna have to have like tall grass, and like a little garden with like some creepy stuff in it. You know, there's gonna need to be like a scarecrow. We're gonna have to tell a whole story here. There's gonna have to be like a little scarecrow. There's gonna have to be like a forest back here, because we gotta set the mood for this witch. She did not move out to the middle of nowhere to be by herself and live her best witchy life, to not do it in style. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I know we got some witches in the chat. I know, if you come here to watch VooDoo Val, there's got to be at least one other witch in the chat. Witches don't play when it comes to being stylish. They might live a little rugged, but they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing with that interior decorating. It's Halloween all year, and they don't play. So we have to have. I'm kind of wanting like this kind of motion, like everything to kind of come out like that. So maybe we do that with some other plants. You know, maybe we have more plants. And then maybe the brick or the stones, maybe a stone pathway. Maybe the stone pathway kind of comes out of the frame there. Hey, look at it's more interesting. So we have a little, like, kind of a more interesting little house kind of going on here. I like it. You know, a little window up there, and maybe we do like a arced attic window, and a little circle window above the door. And we can put like some little torches here. Okay, little torches on the thing. I'll put like a little window here. And we could do this like cottage style, so it has like all the stuff on the front. You know, obviously she would have planters right outside the door, because if you're making potions in a pinch, you got to be able to just like grab it. You got to grab it. There's no delay when love potion number 9 is on the line. I can't believe this is my first Adobe Live Game Show. This is so cool. I'm glad you're enjoying it, because I have entirely too much fun with this show. And so it makes me happy that you guys dig it as much as I do, because that would be really unfortunate if you guys weren't into it like I am. Okay, so let's see. We can put like some clouds. some happy little clouds just kind of coming out of the frame here, and then obviously we gotta have some bats. We're not getting out of here without bats, y'all. Serious witch business. I'm not messing around with these bats. There we go. Okay. We have a way cooler scene. That is a way cooler scene. Okay. So we have bow, jack, unicorn. We got the fab, witch hut. And what else? What else could we do? We could do unicorns, warm tones, magic, fantasy, building, minimalism. Could also design like, so we got an environment, we got a character. We could also design like an item of some kind. We could do like an item, or we could do like a tower. Ooh, ooh. Okay. There's gonna be a lot of weird noises as I start to think things up here. I'm gonna make those small. Okay. The highest room of the tallest tower. If you can guess that quote, you win nothing, but I will like you more. The highest room in the tallest tower. Okay, what if we did a tower? Here's a cylinder. That's what that is. And we could do, you know, like your standard tower stuff, you know, your typical tower design up here, you know, the little cutouts. Get some of that going on. You know, we could have the little edges come out. And we could do like some cool bricks kind of out like this. Boom, boom. And little bricks, little bricks, little bricks. Boom, little bricks. And then let me look through some reference here that I got. We could do like a sleepy tower in the middle of the woods, because I feel like that would be fantastical. That would be a building. That would be magical. We could do some warm tones. We could do like a dragon in the background. We could put like a little Rapunzel in there. I don't know what kind of fantasy stuff y'all want to do. We could do some steps, because how do you get into this tower? You know, we could do something like that. We could put, you know, some grass, some trees. These are trees. This is what trees look like in real life. These are 100% accurate, real, genuine trees. Boom. There's some trees. You get a moon in there because we do not half-step the spookiness on a VooDoo Val stream. There's got to be a moon. I feel like maybe I overdo the big spooky moons though. But if you like that sort of thing, you're in luck, because that's what we have, those in overabundance here. Yeah, Luna is spooky every day on the VooDoo Val stream. All right, we got our little. Let's kind of bisect the bottom of this with like another hill. Boom. There we go. Okay, we got three ideas. All right, folks. Shrek. Kieran wins. Kieran, you win nothing. You win. Welcome to the Adobe Live Game Show, where the points don't matter. Okay. Shrek Tower. Boom. Fiona's in there somewhere. Boom. Fiona. All right, guys, what do we want? We want the witch hut, do we want BoJack Unicorn, or we want the Shrek Tower? Our Luna is spiky every day, yes. Getting Lord of the Rings vibes again, you know, we're approaching Halloween, so weird noises are definitely appropriate. It's the only month of the year where it is appropriate for me. Unfortunately, I continue all 365 days. Totally thought I won BoJack Unicorn on a t-shirt. No, sorry, he's gutted. I just heard that in your voice, Kieran. Eldon, Jean-Jacques, welcome in. It's good to see you. Channeling our inner Shrek, yes. Let's see. Garden could use a boulder for the Scythicorn. I love the Scythicorn. I'm into that, and I think that you are right, Jane. I think that this could definitely use a boulder. In fact, instead of the garden, because that would be like kind of hard to do, we'll put a boulder right here. We'll do like a boulder. We'll do some little rocks, and then maybe we'll put like the edge of a pond right there. You know, so there's like a little sitting rock with the scenery right there. Boom. How are we doing on time? All right. BoJack for the win. Okay. Maybe we can make a poll. Because I do want to choose. You must choose Adobe Live. Would you be able to make a poll, Sam? I just assumed that you would hear me say that and then just make me a poll. But maybe I should ask politely for a poll right quick while I organize all this, and I'll give you guys like a minute to vote if you would like to vote in the poll. Meanwhile, while we are waiting for polls, if you are brand new into the stream, never been here before, and don't know what's going on or why I am so excited over the strangest collection of illustrations right now, this is the Adobe Live Game Show with your host, VooDoo Val. And what we did at the beginning of the stream today was we spun a magical game wheel for a bunch of random keywords, which we have listed at the top of the screen. We have unicorns, warm tones, magic, fantasy, building, and minimalism. And my goal for today is that I have to use at least 4 of these 6 words to create a illustration project totally on the fly and just make it work. I just have to kind of go for it. Let me open my Discord real quick, 1 second, because I would like to keep an eye on the Discord as well. I want to be able to kind of show you folks the Discord. If you head over to the Discord, which is bit.ly/PS Discord, you will be able to submit some cool illustrations and things to kind of count against our 10 points that we need for the hype wheel. And what the hype wheel is a super cool, super awesome part of the show where I basically have a lot more work to do in a much shorter amount of time. So we got some cool stuff in here that people have posted previously. Essentially what folks did was when they show up for the stream, they read the keywords, they start creating their own things according to the keywords, and you can post them in here. You can post sketches, works in progress, updates on your works in progress, as long as you use the keywords to try and create something along with us. It doesn't have to be finished. You can post it in here, and for every 10 submissions we get throughout the week, I will have to spin the hype wheel, which is a top secret magical wheel that we've only actually activated once in the 5 weeks we've been doing the show. And I'll have to add one of those keywords in, and I have to use the keyword from the hype wheel. I can't do away with it like I can do away with 2 of our keywords from the first wheel. I have to just take whatever it is and I have to add it into my project and make it happen. So that's fun. If you guys want to check that out, please do. I would love to see what you create. You can submit stuff today. You can submit stuff tomorrow. If you are working on something from a previous episode, you can submit stuff for the previous episode as well if you want to come in. As long as you're doing something Adobe Game Show related, it will count. All right, let's take a look at our poll, because we have our poll now. Let's show our results, and it looks like the Witch Hut is winning. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with that because we are low on time, Unless, actually, maybe I'll give you another 30 seconds. If anyone has not voted, go ahead and do it. I'm partial to the witch hat. I'm really excited about the witch hat now, and kind of want to do it. And I also don't do a lot of landscapes and environments, so it would be kind of a challenge for me, maybe just to see if I can make that happen. And while I'm waiting for you, I'll give you this last half minute to get in there and get those votes in. I am actually going to let you take a peek at some other stuff that we've done. So we did the fantastic undead confectionaries for one of our previous episodes, which was really fun. We did our Bartholomew ghostly dating app profile, which was really fun, and we also did like our Hills Have Kawaiis, which was a good time. We've done a lot of really fun, super cool things for the show, and so you can expect to see like cutesy stuff like this. Like this is kind of a lot of the style that I use whenever we illustrate here, so we're gonna have something more substantial closer to this by the time we're done at the end of tomorrow. All right. Let's see. Let's check our poll one last time. See what we got, and it looks like it's tied. Are you kidding? It's tied. Somebody vote. Somebody that hasn't voted, please vote it. Please vote. There we go. Okay. It's gonna be BoJack Unicorn. BoJack Unicorn is the T. I'm just gonna go with that one. So let's. I'm sad for the witch hat. Maybe we'll do the witch hat tomorrow, depending on if I decide to work between episodes or not. All right, so we got our unicorn. Let's clean this sketch up. Let's make this sketch cool. All right. So I've turned my layer down on a lower opacity, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna come over the top of this and make it look fancy. So I'm gonna crank my smoothing up just a tiny bit so I can do things nifty. And I am gonna just get in here and start illustrating. Start doing more of a line art. I don't know if I like this brush for this. Let's see, what do we got? Maybe this one. And I'm trying to kind of picture like how exactly I'm going to render this, because the thing about this show is that we used to do this show for 2 hours, and now we do this show for 1 hour. And so I'm also, I kind of have to keep in mind what, like my approach to things, right? And this is something that you will start to do as you start to do more design work. If for those of you who've been kind of working in the design industry for a while, this may be something that you're already automatically doing whenever you create something. But for those of you who are new, who are kind of in here today just looking to learn a little bit about design and industry work and how to kind of how to work in this area and maybe how to get used to certain things. This is a kind of a good tip, I suppose, on how to work efficiently when you do start to get jobs, or when you just start to do your own personal work, so that you can continue to kind of post work until you find a job. And one of those things, something I wish that I had done much earlier in my career, is to, instead of trying to be precious with every single thing I did, is just really put some thought into, you know, as I go into a project of like, what, you know, what's my time frame? What do I actually have time for? And what's the most efficient way to achieve the end goal that I'm looking for? Try to visualize that end product and how you want that to come about. And so I could come in here, I'm kind of just touching up just a little bit as far as what I know I want him to look like. But what I'm gonna end up doing, instead of kind of drawing this entire thing, because I wanted to kind of clean up that mouth a little bit, and then I want to figure out how I'm gonna do his eyes, is I'm gonna use some shapes. I'm gonna block out some large shapes because when I block out large shapes and start to kind of throw things in that way, it's a lot easier to get to that end point instead of being super precious with every line, making the illustration 100% perfect and spending all of that time doing that. So I'm gonna look, I'm looking for a reference here just to see how do other people draw a simple eye instead of getting in here and doing all the folds and doing all the, you know, all that business. What's a good way to kind of create an eye that looks like an eye to everyone who takes a look at your work and conveys the message that you want to send without spending so much time on it? And I'm seeing a lot of different things here in my reference folder. I'm kind of partial to, instead of just doing dots, because a dot is, it's quick, it's easy, it goes in there. I do want this to be a little stylized, so instead of doing just a dot, but also instead of doing like a super detailed eye with eyelids and, you know, and going on this business, I think what we'll do is a mixture of the two. So we will, it's gonna be like a solid blocked out eye, similar to the dot, but in the shape of a more elaborate eyeball, I think will be the move. And then in order to convey further that this is an eye, what we may do is do kind of a shine. I'm thinking a shine could be interesting. So we could do something like that. That could be cool. Let me get both of these. Oops. Let me actually hide that. Bump that over here. I'm going to duplicate this. That's low-key terrifying. That's actually horrific. Sometimes you find that out. Sometimes you find that. Maybe we're gonna go with dots. Maybe dots is the move. I don't know. Let's see. Let's just try dots. Let's try. I'm terrified. This horse is not as friendly as I was trying to make. Like, he's edgy, but he's not a horror. He's not a, you know, he's not a terrifying thing. Maybe something like that. Ah, I like that. Okay, cool. There we go. So it is a dot, but it does have like a little extra kind of thing. And then what we can do is we can do like a, let's see. He's gonna have eyebrows. There's not gonna be, we're not gonna be out here drawing unicorns without fleeky brows. That's not happening. Not on my watch, Adobe Live. That's not happening. What time is it? Okay, we have 10 minutes. I think we can get this, get our entire concept done in about 10 minutes. Let's see. Adding eyelashes will soften him up. Yeah, there we go. We need a tiebreaker. Oh, we got it, yeah. Okay. I kind of want him to have like angry brows in a way. I do. And I'm not sure if that's gonna work, but I feel like he needs to be kind of cheeky. Maybe not angry brows, maybe something like that. Let's duplicate this. Flip it horizontally. Let's squeeze it in like so. Bump it that way. And then we're gonna come back down to here because I think we need to move this eyeball down. He's kind of a cool guy. He's kind of a cool guy. There we go. Okay, let's block in some shapes. Let's do it. I'm gonna come underneath here. I'm gonna grab a gray color and we are going to start to just block this right in. So I'm not gonna be doing so much drawing like line work for this illustration. What we're gonna do is block it out with shapes because that gets our concept in here. It gets us going. And then we will use some textures and things and start painting him up, and we will use some line art over the top of the shapes to convey further our concept instead of being super precious, like I mentioned. So we've got, let me grab that other Blocko brush because I like the Blocko brush. What is this brush? Do I like this brush? Oh, maybe I do. Okay, let's try that. I'm actually going to make this a little bit darker because we wanted him to be like a charcoal kind of unicorn, and we won't make him totally like dark black right now. We'll kind of give him a gray hue, a gray shade to him, just so that we can kind of see him, and then we'll start adding the darker values when we start to really detail him. Okay, so there's his head. And we gotta put his ears in here, and the ears are gonna go like this. Just get that shape in there as quickly as possible. No nonsense, just throw it in there. And then we are going to do the same over here. Boom. We might have to change the position of our original choice for the unicorn horn, just so that we can get it, because we're gonna have a lot of stuff going on up here if you think about it, because he's got his ears up there, he's got a unicorn horn, and he's got a mohawk. Okay, we are not messing around with all the different elements we got going on here. Let's make him a neck. Make him a neck. Boom. He's got a neck. Jacket reminds me of Terminator. That's exactly what I was thinking. That's what I'm going for, so I'm glad you see it. And we also want to give him his dark jacket, his sleeveless, collar-popped vest thing that he's got going on. Maybe it's more like a leather jacket instead of like, because I think I specifically said, like, we're gonna make this a jean jacket. We're gonna put this part underneath too, by the way. Or maybe we don't need to do that. Okay. There we go. Boom, he's got a collar. We're not messing around. Okay, all right. I see you. Edgy unicorn. This is gonna be lit. This is gonna be so cool. And then we also will do something like this. Like if I come in with a clipping mask and a darker color, we can also kind of come in like this and make it a little bit better as far as kind of shading him. And then I think I'm gonna turn this on a lower opacity. Actually, I'm gonna put the head shape on top. And then we're gonna grab this and we're gonna kind of give him a jaw. I think his jaw needs to come out farther than the jacket. Here, boom. And then underneath all of it, how are we doing on time? Let me check. We got about 5 minutes. Okay. I'm trying to get all of this done for you guys so that we have like a solid look to this before we take off today. Let's do, yeah, there we go. There's like, not quite a black. There we go. Boom, boom. Got that in. And then we are going to, on top, we're going to grab a gray color and we're going to kind of give him you know, just to, this is to remind me that he has the kind of frayed stuff going on at the shoulders, you know, and we can come in and really make this look more like it's frayed, like little pieces and all that good stuff, but we'll do that. And then on the top, we will grab some black and we will kind of bring this down in here. Okay. I think I want to kind of cut into this a little bit just to really give him that collared look. Boom. I feel like we should grab a light gray. We should come in and add like the buttons, and maybe a zipper or two. I don't know, something cool, something neat. Obviously he's gonna have an earring. I don't think we can get out of here without giving him an ear piercing, because that would be awesome if he had an ear piercing. It would be so cool. So there's a little sketch of the ear piercing. And then lastly, let's make sure that we have our actual unicorn horn. How many minutes do we have? We got 4 minutes. Okay. I'm hustling for you guys. Okay. You are not going home empty-handed today. Boom. Here we go. Got a unicorn horn in there. And then mohawk time. The mohawk is going to be interesting. So let me grab, I kind of plan stuff out sometimes. So the mohawk, we want the mohawk to be kind of 3D in a way. We want it to come to a point and hang over. Let me make sure this is on top. There we go. Got a mohawk. So that he looks really cool. I can't, like, he kind of still looks like a donkey cow to me, but we're gonna fix that. And then I actually like that sketch, so I'm just gonna go ahead and darken that up. Actually, it should be red. Obviously, it should be red. So I'm gonna leave it red, and I'm gonna grab just a slightly lighter red, and I'm just gonna color this in. So this is our concept that we have. This is our super edgy, awesome unicorn. We're gonna have to add some warmer tones in here. So we have fantasy, we have magic, we have warm tones, we have unicorns. Well, we will have warm tones. And I'm really excited about this because what I'm thinking is, like, we're like, well, he could be like a charcoal kind of unicorn, but it would also be cool if we made him like a dark purple, like a purple that is so so dark that it's almost like a black, you know, would be really, really cool. Give him a little Adam's apple going on there. And kind of give him that side of like the horse head. Maybe he has a little pattern on his nose. I don't know. I think that looks pretty cool. I think I think he's very dashing so far. I think he's very, very neat. So I hope that you folks are digging this so far. I think he's neat. I can't wait to kind of put some more time and effort into him. We're gonna finish him up tomorrow. I will be back, same bat time, same bat place, here on Adobe Live at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for another hour and the completion of our BoJack Unicorn. It's gonna be awesome. Also, just real quick before I leave, face scar. I mean, we're not getting out of here without this guy having a face scar because he just seems like the kind of dude that would have a face scar. So we're gonna give him a face scar. We could give him like a tattoo, something horse-esque. That, like, what kind of tattoo would a horse have? Maybe we give him a tattoo. We can give him some little buttons. on his jacket, you know, some little pins or something. That would be cool. And that's what we got. So I gotta go before I get cut off. I think this is a really good start to another week of the Adobe Live Game Show. I can't wait to see where this goes. Thank you all so much for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure. I hope that you folks will stick around on Behance, check out all of the awesome people that are streaming on this platform now, make some new friends, and I will see you tomorrow. Adios, everyone.